Look, I waited for a blessing, but it never came. I lost my closest brother to the violent game. I looked into the sky and asked the heavens why. The only answer was a heavy silence sigh. The pavement does not care about your broken heart. It watches as your family is torn apart. I used to be incredibly angry at the earth. I cursed the very day of my unfortunate birth. But then I realized the ghetto has no empathy. It operates on pure and brutal chemistry. The streets do not apologize for what they take. They never say sorry for the hearts they break. You gotta build a fortress out of solid stone and learn to navigate the absolute unknown. I take the heavy hand that I was roughly dealt and hide the deepest agony I ever felt.
The streets do not apologize for shedding tears. They feed upon your absolutely darkest fears. I learned to take the heavy punches on the chin and figure out exactly how to finally win. Do not expect a pardon from the avenue. You gotta simply accept what it does to you. The concrete is completely cold and unforgiving. You gotta fight for every second you are living.
I saw a mother crying by the yellow tape. Another young soul making a dark escape. The police sirens fading in the distance now. The neighborhood is asking the creator how, but tomorrow morning everybody wakes up and pours another heavy, tragic, bitter cup. The world keeps spinning even when you hit the ground. The ghetto does not make a sympathetic sound. I wipe my crying eyes and lace my heavy boots. I am surviving strictly on my ghetto roots. You want an explanation, but there is none. The damage is already absolutely done. I took the heavy sorrow and I made it fuel. I graduated from the violent concrete school. No apologies and absolutely no regrets. I place my heavy money on the hardest bet.
The streets do not apologize for shedding tears. They feed upon your absolutely darkest fears. I learned to take the heavy punches on the chin and figure out exactly how to finally win. Do not expect a pardon from the avenue. You gotta simply accept what it does to you. The concrete is completely cold and unforgiving. You gotta fight for every second you are living.
Yeah.
You gotta stand tall. No apologies out here. Look.
Yeah. Look. The politicians make a promise they will break. The system is completely fundamentally fake. They gentrify the block and push the people out. They silence every single heavy ghetto shout. But I am standing firm upon my heavy feet. I know the unforgiving nature of the street. I do not want your pity or your empty word. I fly above the drama like the ghetto bird. The helicopter spotlight shining on my face. I run a marathon inside this heavy race. The tragedy is just a chapter in the book. I give the devil a completely fearless look. The streets do not apologize, so I do not ask. I simply put my soul into the heavy task, accepting the reality of where I stay, and hoping for significantly better day. Stay strong,
Accept the cards you were dealt,
and play to win.
only God can judge us. Let the piano fade out.
They call it paranoia. I call it a gift from God. Listen to your soul. Look, I came into this world with a restless mind, seeing all the danger that the physically blind could never even fathom in the darkest night. My intuition always kept my spirit right. They wonder how I dodge a deadly cemetery. My sixth sense is complete, extraordinary. I feel the temperature drop inside the room. I smell the bitter scent of the approaching doom. Before the enemy can even draw the steel, I know exactly how the sudden danger feel. It vibrates in my stomach and my beating chest. It never lets my weary ghetto spirit rest. I look a smiling brother right inside the eye and see the hidden motive of a tragic lie. You cannot hide your secrets from my piercing gaze. I navigate the absolute most violent maze. Born with a sixth sense, navigating through the dark. I feel the deadly fire way before the spark. My intuition is a ghetto superpower. It saves me in the absolute most fatal hour. Lord, thank you for the vision in my weary soul. It keeps the devil away and keeps me whole. I read the unseen writing right upon the wall and stop myself before I take a tragic fall. I walk into the club and stand against the back. anticipating every single dark attack. The music bumping loud, but I am hearing thoughts. I see the undercover cops and all the plots. My mama always told me trust my burning gut. It keeps the wooden casket permanently shut. I feel the shifting energy of jealous friends. I know exactly how the tragic story ends. Before it even starts, I make a sudden move. I stay completely locked inside a safer groove. They call me crazy, saying I am way too stressed, but my survival rate is absolutely blessed. I feel the guardian spirits walking by my side. They tell me when to run and tell me when to hide. A dark premonition wakes me from my sleep. I wipe away the tears that I am forced to weep. Born with a sixth sense, navigating through the dark. I feel the deadly fire way before the spark. My intuition is a ghetto superpower. It saves me in the absolute most fatal hour. Lord, thank you for the vision in my weary soul. It keeps the devil away, it keeps me whole. I read the unseen writing right upon the wall and stop myself before I take a tragic fall. Yeah, trust your heart. The mind plays tricks, but the gut never lies. Look, it is a massive burden carrying the sight. Knowing who is fake and who is holding tight. The paranoia isolates my lonely heart, but keeps my physical body from being torn apart. I see the jealousy behind a friendly grin. I sense the sudden presence of a deadly sin. I am a prophet of the violent avenue. I know exactly what the broken streets would do. My sixth sense is a shield of solid shining gold. It keeps my physical body from turning cold. I leave a situation when the energy shifts. I am surviving strictly on my spiritual gifts. So pay attention to the feeling in your chest. It is the universe putting you to test. I walk through the valley of the shadow deep and let my intuition guide the souls that weep. Yeah. Trust your gut. The sixth sense is real. Protect your energy. Let the piano fade out. You see me smiling, but you do not know the story. I had to struggle deep inside. Keep your head up. Look. Look, I wake up every morning with a heavy chest, but I put on my clothes and look my absolute best. The rent is due tomorrow when my money's short, but I step out the door and hold down the fort. They look at my demeanor and they think I shine, but I am walking on a very fragile broken line. I keep the sorrow hidden in my left side pocket. My heart is like a heavy in a sealed up locket. I walk the neighborhood with my head on high, refusing to let anybody see me cry. The ghetto tries to break you and steal your soul, but I will never let them take my self-control. I iron out my shirt and I lace my shoes, refusing to surrender to the heavy blues. The pain is eating at me like a parasite, but I will always put up a courageous fight. Pain in my pocket and pride in my walk. I keep the struggle quiet when the people talk. You would never see me fold or take a heavy knee. I am exactly who the Lord designed me to be, carrying the weight of a million broken dreams, holding my composure while my spirit screams. Pain in my pocket and pride in my walk. I draw my own lines in the heavy street chalk. My mama always told me never show them fear, because the predators will know the weakness is near. So I construct a mask made of solid steel and hide away exactly how I truly feel. The homies see me riding and they give a nod. I keep my conversation strictly with my God. I got eviction notices inside my coat, but I'm sailing smooth on a sinking boat. You cannot let the enemy perceive your stress. You gotta navigate the ghetto looking flawless. I step into the room and I command the space with absolutely zero panic on my face. They think I got $1 million hidden in the bank, but my reality is basically a shooting blank. I use my heavy pride as a bulletproof vest and keep the heavy agony inside my chest. Pain in my pocket and the pride in my walk. I keep the struggle quiet when the people talk. You will never see me fold or take a heavy knee. I'm exactly who the Lord designed me to be, carrying the weight of $1 million broken dreams, holding my composure while my spirit screams. Pain in my pocket and pride in my walk. I draw my own lines in the heavy street chalk. Yeah. Never let them see you sweat. You gotta stay strong for the family. Look, I see the younger brothers walking with a slouch. I tell them to get off the heavy, lazy couch. You gotta represent your struggle with some grace and look the heavy devil right inside the face. The pain is just a lesson that you gotta learn to earn the heavy respect that you wanna earn. I keep my pockets heavy with the silent grief, but I will never be a victim or a petty thief. I walk like I am royalty without a crown. I refuse to let the ghetto ever bring me down. So let the rumors fly and let the haters hate. I am the master of my own surviving fate. I take the heavy damage and I stand up tall. I absolutely refuse to let them see me fall. The pride is in my blood and it runs so deep. I conquer all the demons even when I sleep.
Keep your pride intact. Hold your head up high. Through the rain and the pain, the God can just let the piano fade out.
Listen to the city. Yeah. You hear the music. It is not a radio. It is the street. Look.
I never heard a piano when I went to sleep. I only heard the mothers when they start to weep. The helicopters buzzing like a heavy drum. I always had to wonder where the bullets from. We did not have a radio to play a song. The sirens kept on wailing all the summer long. The rhythm of the trouble was a heavy beat. It echoed up and down the violent city street. I learned to walk in rhythm with the yellow tape. I had to use my poetry to find escape. The ghetto is a symphony of heavy pain. We dancing in the middle of the heavy rain. The soundtrack of my youth was totally insane. It left a permanent and heavy bloody stain.
Raised by the rhythm of the trouble in the dark. No music playing in the local city park. Just chaos and the violence of the avenue. I wonder if the angels hear the music too. The rhythm of the struggle keeping me awake. I pray to God my heavy spirit does not break. We marching to the beat of absolute despair and breathing in the heavy suffocating air.
I try to find a melody inside my mind, but chaos is the only heavy thing I find. The gunshots are the baseline of my early years. The high notes are the falling of the mother's tears. You wonder why my lyrics have a heavy soul. The rhythm of the trouble took a massive toll. I spit the raw emotion from my heavy chest, because the ghetto never lets a brother rest. I see the young kids marching to the exact same tune beneath the heavy shadow of the bloody moon. They memorize the rhythm of the heavy block. They learning how to quickly load a heavy Glock. I wanna write a symphony, a heavy piece, but out here in the trenches it will never cease.
Raised by the rhythm of the trouble in the dark. No music playing in the local city park. Just chaos and the violence of the avenue. I wonder if the angels hear the music too. The rhythm of the struggle keeping me awake. I pray to God my heavy spirit does not break. We marching to the beat of absolute despair and breathing in the heavy suffocating air.
Yeah.
You gotta change the record. You gotta find a new song. Look.
Lord, please deliver us a totally new sound before we end up buried deep inside the ground. The rhythm of the trouble is a heavy curse. It puts another brother in the heavy hearse. I use my heavy voice to try to change the track, to bring the heavy hope and all the glory back. But every time I try to sing a brighter note, the devil wraps his fingers round my heavy throat. So listen to the rhythm of the ghetto tears, the soundtrack of our absolutely darkest fears. We born into the chaos of the city wild. Lord, please protect the spirit of the ghetto child. I keep my head up looking at the sky above and try to drown the trouble with a heavy love. Keep your head up. Change the music in your mind. Only God can judge us. Let the piano fade out.
The streets are a chessboard. You make the wrong move and you were gone. Listen to the lesson. Look, I used to be a young brother rushing in,
thinking I was immune to the deadly sin. But then I saw a friend take a fatal fall because he did not calculate the risk at all. The block taught me early how to use my brain before I end up crying in the freezing rain. I look at every angle before I make a step. That is the only way I keep a solid rep. You cannot let emotions drive a heavy car, or you will never make it very truly far. I sit inside the darkness and I meditate. I figure out the logic of my heavy faith. I watch the older homies making tragic slips. I keep my secrets strictly locked upon my lips. The block is like a teacher with a heavy hand. You gotta think twice just to safely stand. The block taught me to think twice every single day. You gotta calculate the cost before you have to pay. I navigate the ghetto like a heavy game of chess, trying to survive the pressure and the violent mess. Lord got my heavy footsteps in the neighborhood. I analyze the evil and I analyze the good. One wrong decision puts a brother in the grave. The block taught me to think twice just to be safe. I see a shiny opportunity to get the cash, but I remember how the previous ones will crash. I pause for a second and I read the hidden lines. I pay attention to the universe and all the signs. A quick reaction usually leads to heavy grief. I watch the corner hustler and the petty thief. They moving way too fast and getting locked away. I calculate my moves to see a brighter day. My mama told me, boy, you better use your head before they find you laying in the street completely dead. I take a heavy breath before I speak a word. I make sure that my meaning is completely heard. I study the environment with piercing eyes. I separate the actual truth from all the lies. The block is unforgiving if you act a fool. You gotta graduate the heavy concrete school. The block taught me to think twice every single day. You gotta calculate the cost before you have to pay. I navigate the ghetto like a heavy game of chess, trying to survive the pressure and the violent mess. Lord got my heavy footsteps in the neighborhood. I analyze the evil and I analyze the good. One wrong decision puts a brother in the grave. The block taught me to think twice just to be safe. Yeah. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Do not rush your destiny. I hold my heavy tongue when the anger spikes. I know exactly what the violent devil likes. He wants me to react and throw my life away, but I refuse to be the pawn that he can play. I measure every consequence of what I do. I walk a narrow path completely straight and true. The young kids laughing at me cause I move so slow, but they do not know the heavy places I could go. If I let my impulsive nature take control, it would completely ruin my surviving soul. The block taught me to think twice before I draw the steel, because the heavy consequences are entirely real. I sit back in the shadows and I watch the board. I pray for heavy wisdom to the mighty Lord, to keep my mental focus razor sharp and clear, and overcome the ghetto and the heavy fear. Think twice. Yeah. Use your mind before your muscle. Keep your head up. Let the piano fade. Yeah. 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 Listen to the streets. You hear that? That is the only music we had. Look. I never heard a lullaby inside my project room. I only heard the heavy thunder of the pending doom. The helicopter shining lights right through the window pane. I grew up walking blindly through the heavy pouring rain. The rhythm of the trouble was the only beat I knew. I watched the sky turn black instead of looking at the blue. Mama crying softly while she praying to the Lord. The struggle was a highly sharpened and a heavy sword. I listened to the sirens wailing loudly in the dark. The gunshots echoing across the local city park. We didn't have a radio to play a happy song. We only had the tragedy of everything gone wrong. The chaos was the soundtrack of my broken early years. I learned the rhythm listening to all the falling tears. I close my eyes and try to find a little bit of peace, but out here in the ghetto the destruction never ceased. Raised by the rhythm of the trouble in the streets. The concrete was the only heavy drum beneath my feet. No music in the living room, just shouting and the pain. I learned to dance completely to the sorrow and the rain. Lord, tell me if my soul is ever gonna see the light. I am singing to the chaos in the middle of the night.
I shed a tear for every brother trapped inside the cell. We living in a physical and mental type of hell. The politicians talking but they never hear the cry. I watch another youthful brother unexpectedly die. The rhythm of the trouble beating heavy in my chest. I never get a single only second of the rest. The yellow tape is decorating all the avenue. I wonder if the angels even know what we go through. They wonder why I rap with such a heavy, angry voice. The rhythm of the ghetto never gave a man a choice. We born into the warfare and we destined for the grave. I'm trying hard to be incredibly strong and brave, but the melody of madness is a permanent disease. I fall upon the pavement and I get upon my knees. I ask the heavens why the children gotta suffer, so the rhythm of the trouble is the only thing we know.
The raised by the weight of the trouble in the street. The concrete was the only heavy drum beneath my feet. No music in the living room, just shouting in the pain. I learned to dance completely to the sorrow and the rain. Lord, tell me if my soul is ever gonna see the light. I am singing to the chaos in the middle of the night. Yeah. You gotta feel the pain to understand the song. Look.
My heart is pumping blood, but it's pumping out the fear. I wipe away the falling of a heavy, lonely tear. The rhythm of the sirens is a highly tragic tune. I see the shadows dancing underneath the bloody moon. We never had a piano or a shiny, heavy horn, just the terrified reality of being ghetto born. I write the poetry to try and overcome the dark, to leave a positive and permanent emotional mark. But every time I try to sing a happy type of rhyme, the neighborhood is interrupted by a violent crime. The rhythm of the trouble is a master of the soul. It takes a very heavy and a devastating toll. So put your lighters in the sky for everybody lost, the people who would pay the absolute incredibly heavy cost. I dedicate this heavy track to everyone who bleeds, who grew up planted in the dirt like broken little seeds. Keep your head up. The rhythm is dark, but we survive. Only God can judge us. Rest in peace to the fallen. Piano. The rhythm is dark, but we survive. Only God can judge us. Rest in peace to the fallen. Let the piano fade out. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I can still feel the cold breeze. Something was wrong. You know that feeling in your gut. Listen to me. Look. Look. The sun went down with the heat remained. The sky was looking like a heavy blood stain. I stepped outside and the street was quiet. A strange peace right before a riot. The neighborhood dogs did not even bark. The street lights flickering in the dark. I looked at my brothers on the corner store. I felt the heavy shadow knocking at my door. The air felt different on that tragic night. My heavy intuition told me it was not right. I zipped my jacket but my soul was freezing. The devil in the alleyway was softly teasing. I saw the homies laughing, drinking out the glass, but I saw the reflection of the snake in the grass. My stomach turned into a hairy, knotty ball, waiting for the absolute devastating fall. The air felt different that night, I swear. A heavy paranoia floating in the cold air. I looked into the sky, asking God for a sign, walking on a razor thin and dangerous line. The silence was a warning from the heaven above, a dark premonition taking everyone I love. The air felt different, I can feel it right now. Trying to survive, but I do not know how. I told my closest brother we should go inside. He told me I was tripping, let my homies ride, but I can feel the tension ripping at my throat like drowning in the ocean with a sipping boat. The wind stopped blowing completely still, a terrifying feeling of the absolute chill. A black car turning down the avenue slow, the headlights completely killed the neon glow. My heart beat sounding like a heavy bass drum. I knew exactly where the heavy danger come from. The windows rolling down in the absolute dark. A massive flash of light and a deadly spark. The air felt different before the bullets flew. It warned me of the tragedy we all went through. I hit the concrete, praying to the Lord to save me. Thinking about the heavy love my mama, dad. It felt different that night, I swear. A heavy paranoia floating in the cold air. I look into the sky, asking God for a sign. Walking on a razor, then a dangerous line. The sirens was a warning from the heaven above. A dark premonition taking everyone I love. The air felt different, I can feel it right now. Trying to survive, but I do not know how. Yeah, you never forget that feeling. The warning before the storm. Look, I woke up to the sound of the ambulance wail. Another black brother caught inside the heavy jail. I laid out sleeping in the heavy wooden box. Another victim of the violent city blocks. I still smell the gunpowder burning in the street. I still see the blood staining up the concrete. I lay awake shivering inside my own bed. The heavy premonition running through my head. They say that your destiny is written in the stone, but you feel the heavy water deep inside your bone. The air felt different and it never felt the same. A permanent victim of the heavy street game. I look over my shoulder every single place I go, because the devil moves incredibly dark and slow. I'm on the younger generation walking in the track. Pay attention to the signs on the neighborhood map. Pay attention.
Trust your soul.
Yeah, it always tells the truth. Rest in peace to the ones we lost. Like the piano fade out.
Something was wrong. Yeah, I still feel the cold breeze. Something was wrong. Our sun went down, but the heat remained. The sun went down, but the heat remained. Our sun went down, but the heat remains. A sun went down, but the heat remained the same. Our sun went down, but the heat remained. The sun went down, but the heat remained the same. The sun went down. Yeah. I can still feel. I can still feel. I can still feel the cold breeze. Something was wrong. You know that feeling in your gut. Listen to me. Look, the sun went down, but the heat remained. The sun went down, but the heat remained. The sun went down. Look. The sun went down, but the sun went down. The sun went down, but the heat remained. The sun went down. The sun went down. Look, the sun went down, but the heat remained. The sun went down, but the heat remained. The sun. The sun. I can still feel the cold breeze. Something was wrong. You know that feeling in your gut. Listen to me. Look, the sun went down. The sun went down.
Where?
The sun went down. I say.
The sun went down, the sun went down, the sun went down. And still feel. The sun went down, but the heat remained. The sun went down. The sun went down. Our sun went down, but the heat remains. The sun went down, but the heat remains. I said our sun went down. I said our sun. The sun went down, but the heat remains. I can still feel the cold breeze. Something was wrong.